And good morning to you, rugby fans. Welcome to Providence, Rhode Island, capital of this beautiful oceanside state. A little rainy today here. We're going to be at Barrelson Family Field rather than the normal field for Brown Rugby for this Liberty Rugby Conference matchup between the hometown Brown Bears and the Golden Flyers of Nazareth University. Great game coming to you today. A little drizzly. But we are going to take a look at these two teams battling for the Liberty Rugby Conference. Brown 2-0, Nazareth 0-2. Let's take a look at some lineups here. We'll start with the Nazareth Golden Flyers. Coached by Dana Schneider. Keep an eye out for a few players here. Abdoulaye Sai, number 4, big senior, very important player for this team. He is, big ball carrier, big runner. Keep an eye out for him, as well as Mohamed Barry. Mo Barry, another New York native, went to Columbia Secondary School, coming off the back of the scrum there, adding some power, good running. Kyrie Poole at 10 running the show. Great fly half there, going to keep this team moving, but they have some flyers out wide and in the back. Keep an eye out for Tony Robinson, Tyreek Thomas on the wings, adding some considerable pace to this Golden Flyers team. Now for the Brown University Golden Flyers be the other way. Let's take a look at some of the Golden Flyers player. We'll take a look at the hometown Brown Bears, coached by Dave Laflamme, returning from France, along with Ryan Grant, Jay Fluke, Eddie O'Sullivan, Oliver Julian. Some players standing up here. Oliver Beeling and Tony Zhao in the second row. In for a couple of players here. They played last week, standouts on the absolute defensive side of the ball. Asa Rosenmeyer, number 3. Keep an eye out for the big freshman. Scored a couple of tries for the Brown Bears already. JT Dyer back in after missing last week. JT Dyer, number 10, will be directing this offense. Be looking really strong. And a little change here, number 11, Santiago Cortabaria comes in. One of the 3 O'Donoghue brothers in this team. Has had to pull out at the last minute. Brown, very strong. Look for their scrum and maul game. They are going to be very important to this Brown Bears team as we get ready for kickoff here at the Barrelson Family Field. Had to move here because of rainy weather in the Rhode Island area. At the referee for today's matchup, talking to his assistant referees. Raphael Lansanur is not going to be in the game today for the Brown Bears. Referee is Judah Boulay, long-time referee in the New England area, taking control of this one. Not too rainy right now as the players getting ready to see who's going to kick this one off, and we're almost ready to go here at Barrelson. The teams starting to take the field. The Brown Bears going to be running from left to right on your screen in their striped jerseys. And the quite lovely purple jerseys are the Nazareth Golden Flyers. Now from the Rochester area for this one. Coaches moving across field. We have Barrelson aligned. Be a little tough to see at times. We will keep you informed. Entertaining rugby to come. We'll look at the win-loss record for these two teams. In the reserves, Brown will be welcoming back in some players who have been playing for the Atlantic Colonial Coast All-Stars as Brown gets started right away with a set of forwards off the kickoff from Nazareth. Ball goes back. That's Lansanur. He was in the game, but Lansanur is playing today. Little step there from the Golden Flyers. Pushed back by this Brown defense a little bit. Golden Flyers can do some work. Conrad Hillersheim takes that one into contact. All up to one of their big waiting forwards there. Dana Schneider taking over the role not too long ago with this Golden Flyers team, doing a good job setting some structure for them. Close loss to Harvard last week as they look to go wide to some of their speedsters. They've got another player out. See if they can bring this one down. Brown does defensively. Ball goes into touch. Going to be a line out for the Brown Bears. Keep an eye out for the maul here. It is one of the standards of this Brown team. Looks like Lansanur has stepped into the 10 spot. Bit of Dyer today. A little mistake on our lineup cards here, but very good players nonetheless, subbing in and out. Lansanur, the Provence native, Played some high school rugby in Singapore, now playing in Providence, Rhode Island. On not the most beautiful of days, a couple of rainy weeks here in the Northeast. You see the teams getting ready to go. You see the freshman Rosenmeyer at the back wearing number 3. Let's have a player being attended to for the Golden Flyers. Up and good to go. So now we're ready to get started. El Hasso, the senior from the junior, from Reading, England, to put this one in, and does. Gets the ball to the back to Matt Mitchell. Taken down legally by the Golden Flyers. Good move if they'd watched some film last week of how powerful that ball could be. But Lewis, who's in a cross ball, slips in behind. No problem. Wider they come now. Little pod forwards getting their structure set. Lewis, some runners off to the left-hand side is going to go to. Options everywhere. Little pass out there. Step back in. Good ball up to the top there. Looking for the try line. Try line is there. Got some width if they want to use it. They're going to hang on to this one. Driving towards the line are the Brown Bears. Brown Bears. Lewis again. Keeps it moving quick. Lansanur gets that ball up to Tony Zhao. Little confusion in the back there. It winds up in Portabaria's hands. Uruguayan family from Key Biscayne Rugby in Florida. Player not releasing. Good work to get over the ball by the Golden Flyers. It'll be a penalty 2.5 minutes in for this Nazareth team. Long kick from Poole. They're going to move this one down right to halfway. It will be Nazareth ball. Win this line out. Look at the ball going to contact from Cortabari here. Player over it really quick from Nazareth. His hands did hit the ground in front of the ball. A little surprised at that call, but referee Oulet right on the spot. The Owen Fitzwater to put this win, the grad student from Knoxville, Pennsylvania. Pardon me. Gets that ball in for the Golden Flyers. Did not look straight from this vantage point, but going to go back anyway because it's uncontested. So Golden Flyers move around, but have possession of the ball here in their own end. Poole gets it. Poole going to wrap his way around. Pressure coming on. They have to go to the boot to the Golden Flyers. Ball comes up into the hands of Lewis. Lewis finds a little lane to run in. Lewis takes that one in. Brown into the ball. Going to have to find a distributor. Ajua, the first-year player. They find one. Ball pops up over the back there again for the Brown Bears. On this rainy day, we have a scrum advantage to the Golden Flyers. Referee Boulay is going to whistle that one up and indeed give the scrum to Nazareth. First scrum of the game here. We have another player getting attended to. See Kelly Teixeira, the longtime trainer for Brown, coming on to take a look at a player here. You see Ajua step in there and just slipping in behind some of these players. Zhao couldn't quite handle that one. A field they don't normally play on are the Brown Bears right now, so it's a little difference figuring that one out. We'll have this scrum. It looks like the Golden Flyers are going to lose the freshman Russell De Los Santos, a Fordham prep grad, now playing for the Golden Flyers. He is off the field and the replacement is on. We will be ready to go ahead with this first scrum. They're going to have to get a replacement in here. They have done. Number 17 in Bankus. Russell De Los Santos being replaced. Ian Bankus coming on the field from Rush, New York. Went to McQuaid Jesuits. Come in here from Patrick Notaro from Buffalo, New York. Canisius High School grad, team captain. Big pressure coming in there from Brown, but able to get that one away. Launching it downfield, going to play the territory game, are Nazareth. It winds up in Lansaneur's hands. Lansaneur tries to step a couple. He's caught up there. Pretty good sevens talent on this Nazareth team. So wide game tackles are something to be very strong at as they go to a waiting pot of forwards. Quickly, that's Dolnick to take that one. Ball down to the boot for Brown. Launching that one downfield. Nazareth, well taken by Hillesheim, and a bit of a high pass there. Puts Poole inside a couple of defenders, but he shakes him. Poole right now headed forward. Ball slips out of his hand up into the hands of a waiting Brown player in the knockdown. That may be the advantage they get right there, because it has gone downfield into Field Jr.'s hands, Ramel Jr. Back near their own line. Golden Flyers move that one out. Poole just has to roll one towards the touchline. Players going back on it. They're going to let it go in a touch. Jua and Lansanur on the spot there. Jua, a first-year player for this Brown team. Roslyn Park Sevens winner in the UK. Middlesex Sevens winner in the UK. London Irish U18 Academy, a very vaunted player from London, England. Harrow School, now playing Brown. Addition for Coach David Plum. Over the next couple of years, ball up for Brown. Referee spots an infraction there. Going to give a free kick to Nazareth. Line out infraction against the Brown Bears. And here go the Golden Flyers. Golden Flyers wasting no time with Thomas Tompkins in there. 224-pounder from Brooklyn, New York. Referee spots another penalty. Golden Flyers slow down. Hillesheim has the ball. Hillesheim pushes it downfield. Good attacking position here for the Golden Flyers. You see the collisions that you're going to come to expect in this game. Big Thomas Tompkins, Xavier High School grad, takes that one in. We found a penalty there for referee Boulay to call. Fitzwater throwing in the absence of Delos Santos here. They go to the middle of the line out. Nazareth comes down with it. Going to go for a driving ball of their own. Getting a little head of steam here. Fitzwater's hands at the back. Get it. Notaro puts it out to Poole. Good pressure defense coming on, but big handoff there from Jonah Clark, the senior from Bath, England. But penalty this time against the Golden Flyers for not releasing. Referee Boulay certainly wants to see players allowing the other team to play around the breakdown legally. Launched downfield by Brown this time. It'll be their line out. We're taking a look at the big collision in the middle of the field. A large human, Jonah Clark, 6'3", 252. Business leadership major. Another product of Play Rugby USA. Fantastic New York City-based program. Brown sets their way into the line out here. A referee has been checking these out. Ohaso puts that one up, tip back into Rosenmeyer's hands. He gets tackled. The referee says it went forward. It'll be a scrum here for the Nazareth Golden Flyers. 0-0, 8.5 minutes into this contest. Liberty Conference matchup here at Barrelson Family Fields at Brown University. Rowe goes up there, just forward to Rosenmeyer accidentally. It'll be a scrum here for the Golden Flyers. Scrum has been big part of the game for Brown. We'll see how it goes. The replay looked like it went back there, but the referee Boulay sees it differently. A huge power comes in. Ball's at Matt Mitchell's feet. He has to go off to the right-hand side there. Takes it into contact. No problem. It is Brown ball. Definitely part of the game. Player with the hands in there. Just pretty cynically from Nazareth. So they're going to have to go back. There's a Boulay sigh there. So he can play that ball legally. Expect Brown to go to the corner with this one. Dyer putting that one downfield. I thought he was out of the game, but he is in. We have JT Dyer and Lansanur. I thought it was one of the O'Donoghue brothers at fullback. So a couple of changes here. We will get it right as the game goes along. You see the ball just taken in there by side. Just clearly won by Brown. Be careful with those. Will Nazareth can result in a yellow card at some point, so we just wait for a ball. Everybody seems ready to play here. As they look to the front, probably going to Beeling. Beeling steps are going to move this one and going to go to the front anyway. There it is. Ball down. Big maul coming. Good drive here coming from the Brown Bears. This is one of their power points of their game, and honestly something that Nazareth took a look at because the violence of bodies and quick here. You can see the line, the orange cone there in the background. Ball's at the feet. Casper Pitlato, and Pitlato touches one down. Caspar Pitlato touches down for the first try of the game. Does a sophomore from London, England. 5 points on the board for the Brown Bears off of their standard driving maul. The young man there, Pitlato, came in with a high school teammate, both going to Brown University. Watch a rolling maul here. Lewis, the back, just taking a look at it. Pitlato sees the line, just has to dive over. Everything they could do to stop that was Nazareth, but that's a tough one once the Bears get rolling. Pitlato went to King's College School in Wimbledon, captain of his team. You see Alonso Noor getting ready to try to follow this up. Put it to 7 points. Right now we're at 5. Alonso Noor lines one up, has the leg, gets the kick. It is 7-0 Brown. We see Ali Corbett having a chat with a couple of players here about some changes they could possibly make. Corbett just played a few games for the Colonial Coast All-Stars over in France at the Rugby World Cup. Had a companion college competition going on, lost in the 3rd and 4th place game to New Zealand universities just a couple of days ago. Now back in Providence. Nazareth is set to kick off. And just looking for a couple of balls to appear here. There it is. Another player being attended to here for Nazareth. So we're just holding off for just a second. Players back up and good to go. Jonah Clark back in the game. Long kickoff here from Nazareth. It hits the ground. Ajua gets a lip, puts it to his left boot, gets some good ground on that. Bounces in, and a roll into touch far down the field. It will be a Nazareth line out here with the seats of a 50-22. He kicked it from in behind. Not sure it rolled out. The referee will want to talk to the Nazareth player here. Nazareth assistant referee or touch judge. It was far enough outside of the 22-meter line. It'll be a Nazareth throw in here as we see Fitzwater stepping up once again. Fitzwater, physical therapy, a grad student at Nazareth. Up to the front they go. Solid line out for this Nazareth team. Can't get the ball out. Just to sneak up the side. Notaro. It's taking it to touch. Be a line out here for the Brown Bears. A little bit of distance there, but you expect to see a maul from this team as referee just has a couple of words. Omar Al-Jandari at the front there from Fairport, New York. The Fairport Rugby Club, Rochester Aardvark. So he's from an area not far from this Nazareth University campus. As Brown goes up to the center of the lineup there. Piplato, the try scorer, gets a hold of that one. But again, taking down the ball quickly are Nazareth. Effective strategy from them, knowing the strength that can come to him. Monsanur shows the outside, goes back in, steps a couple of players, has to step behind one of his own. So he's going to get penalized there. It's going to be Nazareth ball. Nazareth thinks about going quick. Mohamed Barry has the ball. They're just going to slow down. They've been getting away with using well the quick lineouts. Have Nazareth been a good strategy for them. Obviously, Dana Schneider taking a look at this Brown team and their strengths, working to give her team the best possible opportunities, best possible strategies. So expecting to go quick off the top here. To get in the hands of some of their dangerous backs, led by Kyrie Poole. Ball in from Fitzwater again, doing a stand-in job here at Hooker. Gets that ball up, and they do indeed go quick. Caro gets out the Pool. There's a big defensive line coming. They had to take the ball standing still a little bit there. Held up are the Golden Flyers. This the ball will get turned over and come to the Brown Bears. Not the most exciting tactic, but one of the most effective in rugby. Ball held up still. Referee blows that one up. It is indeed going to be a Brown line out. Speaking of Brown, Brown is going to be playing a highlight game next week. It's going to be Friday Night Rugby for National Collegiate Rugby. They'll be down the road in Fairfield, Connecticut at Fairfield University. Bears versus the Stags in what is going to be a fantastic matchup. Stags coming off a loss to Iona last week. Big game today, trying to set the record straight. Is quite a barn burner there. Brown 2-0. Third game today. We'll see that next Friday night. You can see that on Next Level Rugby's YouTube page, as well as National Collegiate Rugby's YouTube page. Next Level Rugby bringing you the best in collegiate rugby in these United States. Big drive coming forward from the Brown Bears. Brown sure to get a penalty advantage soon, but not quick enough as they go to Ejua. Ejua gets a little wraparound there. Lonsanur has the defenders in front of him. Taken to the ground. Able to recycle. Brown Bears. Matt Mitchell standing right behind. They're going to go to the try scorer, Piplato. Piplato takes out just a couple of meters. Fence well lined out there for Nazareth. Looking to make some spaces open up are the Brown Bears. Dyer moves that one out. Little switch back in. Ball doesn't go to hand. It winds up in Dyer's hands. Didn't get knocked on. It's fine, according to the referee. Player from Nazareth has to release. Dylan Lewis finds Mitchell. Mitchell well hit at the gain line. Nazareth certainly up for the physical challenge today. As a referee blows his whistle, player did not release quickly enough. Good work to get over that by Nazareth. So many times in rugby these days, literally a race after the tackle to see who can get their hands on or over the ball quick enough. Nazareth wins the race, able to push this one downfield. Just about 18 minutes gone, 7-0 to Brown here at Barrelson Family Fields. Push it down inside the Brown zone. It'll be a Golden Flyers ball. Water, put this one in. Five-man line out. Ball up into the center there. They actually have a center jumping. A little handoff, going for the power game. Are Nazareth, put the ball into Mo Barry's hands. Very powerful runner. Cool. Getting the ball a little flat here, so they're putting a little pressure on the outside backs for Nazareth. Good pressure, good line speed coming from the Brown Bears as another fight for the ball comes. Ball comes back Notaro's way. Taken by Fitzwater. Fitzwater finds a little space. Fitzwater trying to keep the ball alive. Just puts it back down. Notaro looking a little wider to Poole this time. Poole goes for the kick. It's partially blocked. See who's going to come up with this one. It's going to be coming down to the Brown Bears off the block, but it squirts out there. Looks like it should be Nazareth ball here. Referee Goulet says he wants to have an actual line out here. Just having a discussion with a couple of players about trying not to block that ball. Nazareth. 5-player line out here, going to walk them in. Look to the front of the line out, not contested there, but a little pressure coming on again from Brown. Losing ground off of these set pieces each time are the Golden Flyers. Pick and go from the back, just trying to create some room. Taro moves that ball to Poole. Poole a little bit more active this time. Better ball for him. He puts it to one of the big boys coming in. And a penalty for a player not rolling away against Brown. They are going to go quick, our Nazareth. This is what they want to do, is speed up the game. Another advantage, I would imagine, for a not 10 here. They're not going to be able to run it. Pretty close to 10, but referee Boulay kind of chat with Brown players. He's had his talk with them. Just too many penalties for his liking. Hillesheim steps up. Hillesheim pushes one downfield close to the Brown try line. It is going to be a Golden Flyers ball. See if they go for a maul themselves here. The try line in the background. A little bit of a ways to go. Fitzwater. Here's facing out as they try to go to the front of the line out there. Player dragged towards touch, but not 5 according to the referee. Free kick here for Brown. See what they decide to do. They have a free kick. Take a scrum if they'd like. Try to draw a penalty. But they're going to give it to JT Dyer in his explosive boot. There'll be a line out for Nazareth here. It's just a free kick. Launches that one downfield. Finds touch right inside of halfway. It'll be a Nazareth ball. Coming in from Fitzwater, getting their numbers together. Trying to go to the front with this one. They use the center there, Ramel Beal Jr. for that. Ball comes down to Pilato. Lewis waits for his forwards to get lined up. Just slows it down for a second. That's it there to big Oliver Beeling. Beeling takes it in a heavy contact from the Golden Flyers. Ball back to Lansonure. Lansonure is going to go to the boot. Roll this one down directly into the hands of a waiting back three player from this Nazareth team. Hillesheim gets it a little flat-footed and back there. Players coming in, trying to get on that ball from Brown. Not going to happen. Injury in there as well. Santiago Portabaria maybe down for Brown as they regather their defense. Big pick and go off the back there from Jonah Clark. Jonah Clark, powerful, powerful player. Nazareth goes a little wide, pass looks a little forward there. Gonna wind up and touch eventually. Should wind up as Brown ball here. We'll see what the official call from the referee is. There seems to be a player down. There for Brown, just being intended to. Not sure what the eventual call will be here. I think it's a line out to Brown. Players just taking a break. We're just about 24.5 minutes, just under 25 minutes gone. As Brown is taking a look at a player, seemed to get the worst of it, trying to come into a breakdown there. Look at former Irish international coach Eddie O'Sullivan working with the Brown program these days, talking to Raphael Lansenour, a wealth of knowledge there, getting it fed to this young man. Lansenour now passing this info along to his team. Still waiting for a change to come here from Brown. Barry is going to go off the field. It's going to be a scrum here for the Brown Bears. Dylan Lewis, ball in hand. Dylan Lewis played for Pelham Rugby in high school. This is the New York Athletic Club under 23s. For Matt Rosanis at Pelham, big rugby figure down in that greater New York area. Big drive coming in from Brown. Goes down, but a referee does not believe illegally, so they put it to Lansenour in the midfield and go wide to Mertzel. Mertzel caught up in the tackle. Ajua comes in and over. Able to hang on to that ball. Lewis comes across. That ball just not quite happening as Piplato gets through a tackle. Piplato nearly gets through a second. Clean ball there from Brown. They're going to stay on his left-hand side. Lansenour spots a little space in behind. He's taken out. There's a penalty advantage here, so we're going to have a penalty for Brown. Should be either where the player was hit or where the ball landed. And it'll be a penalty far up here. Dylan Lewis has ball in hand. Opportunity either to go for a line out or a scrum here. We'll see what they take. They can go quick. JT Dyer is going to step in and push this one into touch. Dyer, a San Francisco Gold Gate player. Spent last summer in India working on sustainability projects. Lots of interest outside of the game as well for JT Dyer. Field, California, junior here at Brown. Walking into the 5-player line out. They've got some jumpers to the front. Beeling is there. He steps. They push it towards the back, again to the front. Beeling has to go over and get that one. Maul on the cards here. Big power coming in from Brown. Can they work this way back in? Ball's in the back. Fitzwater trying to get his hand over, but Pilato has a hold of it. Can they hold this in? Can they get this to the ground? Looking in, looking down. Yes, they have it. Just a little sneak off the back. We'll have to see who that try scorer was, but well done by Brown. That spot just opened up. It looked like Alhasso that scores that one. It is Joseph Alhasso, the junior from Reading, England, played for the Brighton Rugby Club. Dad was his coach back then, and now getting coached by Dave LaFlamme. Another group of great people. Ryan Grant, well, Joe Alhasso. The hooker scores the try there as Brown extend their lead in the first half. Take another look at it here. You see good work by Nazareth trying to get in there, working his way through there as Fitzwater. Actually nearly stopping things up. Ball's in Piplato's hands. Alhasso is able to get it back from him. Just sees that open space on the left-hand side, right in and over the try zone. Well spotted, well taken, as the game that Brown is known for is working for them today. Pick to come here from Lansenour. Lansenour puts one up. But it was no good, so we're going to stay at 12-0. Brown has not let up a single point this season, either against Harvard or against Syracuse. There are 2 victories. The Browns' defense been holding up very well. Power game working for them as Lansenour has a little chat with referee Boulay. Kickoff to come here from Nazareth. Hillesheim puts one far downfield, which has been their tactic so far. Little show, going to hang on to the ball there is Matt Mitchell. Matt Mitchell powers his way forward. Dylan Lewis finds a short runner there, and Alhasso energized from that try. He just scored. Quick ball now for Brown. Get the ball to Lonsanur. He's got a great boot. Finds some space in behind. Caught by Hillesheim. Hillesheim wants to run this one. He's going to run into a group of Brown Bears. He's trying to get in over that ball. Able to recycle this one. Ball to Fitzwater. Grad student beats freshman. Rosenmeyer makes the big hit there. 6'3", 240. Penalty this time against Nazareth. Good work there. Looks like Stolnik. Was not Stolnik, pardon me. In and over that one. See who comes up with the big turnover here. It's Oliver Beeling. In and over. JT Dyer, you can see in the lower corner, is going to push this one in a touch. That's the great work by Beeling. Beeling, a junior from Warwick, New York. The West Milford Highlanders, captain of his high school team. Seems to be an up-and-coming comedian. Lineup getting set here. Alhasso. 20 meters out. Bit of a long maul if they were going to go for that. We'll see what the tactic is here. They bring their jumper set into the middle. Beeling walks to the front. Head that one up to the middle. Beeling gets a hold of it. Very steady. Going to get the ball out this time. Dyer feeds him waiting forwards. Big work to get over that one from Barry, but he gets driven off. Rosenmeyer takes it into contact. Rosenmeyer has a player in and over again. Working really hard at this are the Golden Flyers to try to slow down this ball, doing a good job of it. Ball goes to Pilato, one of the 2 try scorers so far this game. Lonsanur gets Matt Mitchell. Little miscommunication there, so it's going to be a knock-on in the scrum to Nazareth. We are 31 minutes into this first half. Here at the Barrelson Family Fields Liberty Rugby Conference action on Next Level Rugby. Look at the little miscue here. Matt Mitchell thought the ball was just going to go by him. We'll get that one connected, I'm sure. Nazareth. I'm going to play this one quick. Big drive coming in there. Good work by Mohamed Barry to get the one off the back. The ball rolls again. Good footwork from Nazareth. Looking to some of their big runners there. Ball goes to Seth Way, the senior from Queensbury, New York. Seen a ton of Way so far, the tight head prop. Well taken by Mertzel. We're going to come back and see what the penalty is. An offsides against Brown. Golden Flyers opportunity to push this one downfield with 7.5 minutes to go in this first half. Look and see where the offsides was here. Good work by Fitzwater. So that was the earlier penalty. We're just going to see that one little wraparound there off the kick. It doesn't find touch, so it goes to Mertzel. Mertzel takes it forward. Dari and Rosenmeyer in over that one. In the middle of the field they go. Oliver Beeling having a great first half so far. Ball goes back there. Launched off the boot. Gets someone downfield. Finds some green grass this time. Coming across. Ball to Hillesheim. Hillesheim hangs onto it. Leads it back across. Knock on there from the Golden Flyers. Just a bit unlucky for Tony Robinson. Back here for a scrum to the Brown Bears. Robinson, a senior from Jacksonville, Florida, communications and media major. State champion in Florida as we take another look here. Ball launched downfield. Hillesheim gets it. Look for the pass across there. Robinson, unfortunately, A little cooler and drizzlier out here than a lot of these players are used to. About 60 degrees. Raining for what seems like weeks up here in the Northeast. Ball goes down. It's going to be another scrum for Brown. Power again. This is Brown Rugby. They should have an advantage for that going down, but they do not. Looking for a little pass. JT Dyer showed it there. JT Dyer gets a pass out eventually. Headed towards the try line. They are into the try zone. They go. And it is William Sinfield. Looked like he touched that one down, but ball had been knocked on in the try zone. We'll go back here for a scrum for Nazareth. A lovely play that we saw there. Back to some earlier play here. Mertzel down. Another player here. Time is going to be off for a second as a Golden Flyers player gets some attention. Dyer there, just put that pass in, and Sinfield had the ball. Looks like it's knocked forward out of his hands here. We will see. Happened right in behind Dyer, so tough to see from this angle. And you can see his hand come up there without the ball, so Dyer's hand up there at the bottom. Yep, okay, you see an empty hand there. Yeah, just lost that ball. Four's going in, did Sinfield. Players still being attended to here by Nazareth. A little slow to get up. Player gets attended to. We'll just take a look at some of the action so far here in this first half. First try of the game. Good maul here from the Brown Bears. Power coming in. Pip Pilato at the back just spots it. Right over the line he goes. 5 points to the good for the Bears. Second one similar on the other side of the field. Ball is back there into Pilato's hands again, but El Hasso wraps his way around. You see Fitzwater, great job trying to get his hands on that, but it just shaved around to that one side, opened it up for El Hasso there, and he is in the try zone for Brown. Second try looking good here. They have some good players that were overseas for a few weeks, bringing the second half. Gabriel, Ali Corbett. See how they use them. Player coming off here for the Golden Flyers. It's Tommy Tompkins. Fortunate to see him go. Had a strong game so far. A leg injury there. Wish the best for the young man. Well, nothing. 5 minutes to go in this first half. Liberty Conference matchup here at Barrelson Family Fields. Again, Brown will be playing the National Collegiate Rugby Friday night rugby match next week at Fairfield University. A big Liberty Conference matchup on the national stage. Rugby bringing you that production as they do every week. Best in college rugby. Nazareth has a goal line dropout here. Here they decide to go. Lontanur and Dyer will be sitting back a little deep. Hillesheim to take this one. Referee Roulet just a little bit in the way there. Ball goes long. Well taken by a waiting forward there. That's the Dolnick. Dolnick, the Californian. Takes a little wrap around. Lewis gets the ball to Lonsanur. Big Omar Al-Jandari. Barrels his way into the Nazareth defense. Dyer looking a little wider this time. Dyer finds a forward pod in the middle of the field. Driving off they go. The penalty. They're coming in on an angle for Brown. Goulet not going to let that one go. Penalty here for the Golden Flyers. Hillesheim, ball in hand. Taking a look here. Ball comes in. Good work. They're just in right on the angle there. You see him come in from the side. Was Io Romero. I haven't seen a ton of the first-year player from Montevideo, Uruguay. An inside center for the Brown Bears in this matchup. Recruiting class as ever for Brown. Nazareth Golden Flyers step into this one. Looking to the front of the line out. Well taken. Moving it quick. Trying to get the ball some speedsters. Poole again gets just a little behind him. Tries to feed it in the back and does. Nice near break there for Tony Robinson. Tony Robinson can step. Tony Robinson gets around a couple, able to recycle that ball. Stay on this same side is Nazareth. Nazareth with the ball in hand. Hillesheim pushes that one downfield with the boot. Winds up back in the hands of a Nazareth player. Hillesheim gets the ball and contact at the same time. It's the halfway line there. Ball up to a waiting pot of forwards for Nazareth. Well driven back. Rosenmeyer trying to rip that one out. Player gets his knee to the ground, so it's going to be a ruck. They have to let go of it. Notaro moves it out in the middle of the field again. Side of the field again, sorry. Leo Lynch took that one in, number 12 for Nazareth. The Boston, Massachusetts native, driven backwards in the tackle is Nazareth. Another player down on the turf here for Brown. Coming across to Lonsanur. Lonsanur is going to go to the boot. He's going to hammer that one downfield. Find some ground. Rolling towards touch. Not going to make it, however. Lynch has to get it. Finds a screaming Hillesheim coming onto it. He's got some room to run. Gets through a first tackle. Not going to get through the next one. The ground made there by the Golden Flyers. That team seems to have a player down at the moment. Good fight coming in right now from the Golden Flyers. At Poole. Taro gets that ball up in the air to have Poole Sai. Haven't seen a ton of Sai. He puts his sizable frame into that. 6'4", 220. Looking for another run here is Hillesheim. With the big boys is Nazareth. The Golden Flyers are working their way, trying to get first points of the year on the Brown Bears. Wide now, a little show to the outside. Tony Robinson has to hang on to it. He's in contact. Whistle blown, penalty against Brown. They are going to go quick through Lynch. Lynch comes in, hits Asa Rosenmeyer. Rosenmeyer with an immovable object there. Notaro has some runners, a little head of steam here with minute and a half left to go on the game clock as Piccolato tries to rip that one away. Players coming over that. Golden Flyers have it. Abdoulaye Sai, the back of Mo Berry there. They give it to Sai. Sai makes a couple of meters. You see the cone of the try line in the background there. Ball's out. You see here. Against. I thought that ball was out there. The referee is looking like he's going to dish out a card here. They seem to come to Fitzwater and hit the ground. Seems like that should be out. 2 hands on it. Playing the ball on the ground as well. I have some questions about that there, but like Piccolato is going to take a 10-minute breather here at Brown University. It's going to be an advantage for this Nazareth team. We'll see what they decide to do. They're probably going to take a tap and go here, either into a scrum or line out, and they put one of the big fellas in there. Going forward is Jonah Clark. Jonah Clark driven back by the Brown Bears. Big bodies piling in here. Brown trying to work over this one. Can they dig that one away? Nearly turned over there. Referee says, let's keep playing. Nazareth. Ball comes back down, knocked on. It is ball to Sinfield. Gets it to Lewis. Lewis is going to kick it downfield. Out of trouble for the moment are the Brown Bears. Dangerous runners across for Nazareth as Lynch has a hold of it. Lynch takes a step, comes back to Robinson. Robinson steps, runs up into a player there. Theo Romero makes that tackle. They just fell into him. So on the attack again late in the half is Nazareth. We're at the 40-minute mark on the clock, so we're in referee's time here. A good stand for this Brown team with some young players in the field. They can withstand this barrage of offense from the Nazareth Golden Flyers. Ball down there for Nazareth, still keeping the ball alive. 30 seconds over the half here. Continue going, sending the numbers in as usual, trying to hold them up. The Brown Bears, players rolling away there. Referee spots another penalty against Brown. Going quick they are through Jacob Townsend this time. Jacob Townsend working his way towards the line. Referee's going to pull this one back, see what the call is. Might not have taken that from the mark. Just talking to Lonsanur about the number of penalties, players coming off offside there. An eye on everything, wants them to slow it down. Slow down the penalty here. You can see again that the big fellows are going to go. Players attached there. Big Jonah Clark comes in. Brown defense stands up to him. Only one player has to go into the tackle. They look to Poole. Poole feeds that one out to Robinson. No room out there as Ajua comes in and makes the tackle. No play off the ball there. Players trying to rip this one away from Brown. Having to mind themselves. Don't want a second person in the bin. Player down. Another penalty against Brown for not releasing. He's going to have another conversation here. Players one more, and there's going to be another card. Mohamed Barry, ball in hand. Mohamed Barry's going to take that one. Looks like it slipped forward out of his hand. We'll see what the call is here. It was indeed a knock on there. Mo Barry makes a little bit of a mistake at the 5-meter line. Scrum signal to the Brown Bears. We're taking a look here. That'll be the end of the half here, but you see that ball just slip out of his hands. Dylan Lewis in the back calling for that. Better to call for that than try to make the tackle on the big fella for Lewis. We're going to have a scrum here for Brown. Rearrange a couple people. Looks like Ajua is going to come in as a flanker potentially. Brown will be checking time on this game. Brown. A little bit of an early drive there from Nazareth, trying to negate some of that power. We get that ball back to Sinfield. Sinfield's going to go crossfield with this one. Interesting tactic here because he's not going to find touch and a little exposed. Here comes Hillesheim. Hillesheim finds a good line. Hillesheim, big break here. Hillesheim puts Brown back on their heels in Nazareth, back where they were. A little bit of a high tackle there comes in for Brown. I believe we're going to have a second card coming. Maybe Lonsanur himself, who's going to go off the field. It is 15-on-13 here for the Nazareth Golden Flyers. Have to withstand a little bit of pressure here are the Brown Bears. I'm sure Coach LaFlamme and Grant Sullivan, Julian will be a little bit frustrated here as the first half comes to a near close. They go right to Hillesheim. Interesting tactic there. Have the players that continue to pound around the ruck there, but decide to go out of the power game. Looked like that one slipped forward again. However, Nazareth, Fitzwater works that one back. Another player held up here by the Brown Bears, looking for a little cross run there. Not finding the ground they want, or the Flyers. Rosenmeyer comes piling over that one. Ball squirts out the back. Nazareth still has a hold of it. We're well into injury time in the first half right now. Looking for a couple of wide players there. They're going to shift this one back in. Will the footwork work? Not so far. Ball, Stolnik making that tackle. Nazareth driving towards the line. Players in and over. It looked like it was ripped away. Potential penalty against Brown again. Seemed like a player had his clear hands on the ball there. On his feet. Another penalty from referee Boulay. Tony Robinson down. I was taking a look at it here. Player goes to the ground. See Stolnik eventually has to make the tackle. There's Rosenmeyer. Comes it again. Mitchell seemed to have rights to that. The player with his arms around his head as well. Bit of a surprise here. I think he's just rolling against Brown at the moment. Hands on his feet, hands on the ball. He's going to player over him there. Like Mitchell had rights to that ball. He rips it away as well. Yeah, he's nodding the tackle. You see the scrum cap coming around right there. Going down as the second player in, gets his hands on that ball. That seems pretty clear. Not sure that was the right call by a referee Judah Boulay, but calls going against Brown at the moment here, working in the favor of the Golden Flyers. Player is back up. We are 46 minutes into a 40-minute first half. The big boys will go again. Jonah Clark, number 5 there. Jacob Townsend, number 7 there. And players calling for a couple of different things. They try to go a little wider to Fitzwater. Fitzwater held up. Fitzwater gets his knees to the ground so they can be able to recycle that one, are the Golden Flyers. Big stand here for the Brown Bears at the end of the first half. Just piling in there for the Golden Flyers. See the body heights go down for both teams, trying to drive that one through. That's Seth Way. Seth Way scores a try. 5 points there for the Nazareth Golden Flyers after a series of penalties. Finally get the 5 points against Brown at the end of the first half. First point scored against Brown all season, Nazareth Golden Flyers. Didn't quite get the number there. It's Seth Way. Get the number there. He's a senior from Queensbury, New York, with the Foothills Rangers. Seth Way getting driven across the line there by Fitzwater. Gets to the ground, just gets the ball down. Seth Way, kick to come here, 12-5 now. Kick is no good. We're going to remain at 12-5. And that is halftime. It's going to be a 5.5 time, so we're just going to step away for just a minute. Be back with second half action. Brown leads here at Barrelson Family Fields. It is a Liberty Conference matchup. Stay with us. Welcome back. The halftime is just about done here at Barrelson Family Field. A short-handed Brown University with two players in the sin bin leads 12-5 over the Nazareth Golden Flyers. Late try by Nazareth, putting the big boys over the try line there. See how Brown responds to the first try scored on them all year. Nazareth, be pleased with that effort. Good power, good work, good direction. Excellently done as a Jua is going to kick this one off. Judah Boulay, the referee. Set to get us underway again. Yellow cards are pushing our scoreboard a little bit here anymore. I'm not sure we can show you what's going on all the time here at Next Level Rugby. Long left-footed kick down to the Golden Flyers. We'll see if they have a little bit of wind in their sails after scoring that try at the end of the half there. Well deserved. To Lynch. Now they go around the side to Hillesheim. He's had some great runs in this first half. Jua having to chase this one back down, rolling towards touch. Rolls into touch, I believe, outside of the back of the try zone. So it's going to go all the way back to where it was for a scrum here for Brown. Good way to start the game. Get a look at referee Judah Boulay. Two yellow cards from Boulay already, both against Brown, as we said. So some time in the bin defending with just 13. Gonna have to play a little bit differently here. Lonsanur in the bin as well as a forward. See how both these teams use their reserves. A couple of injuries in the first half for Nazareth. Coach Schneider. And some able reserves for that one. Matt Mitchell at the back of the scrums to Dolnick there on the left-hand side. Lotto in the bin. Ball comes up. Gonna play this one. Good drive coming in from a 7-man Brown team. Gonna have to dig that one out, and they do. Referee says it's fine to play. Dyer goes across, winds up in the hands of Jua. Knocked forward, however, so be a scrum here for Nazareth. Just a little over anxious there from the Bears. Taking a look, ball comes out. Just slips forward off of Sinfield at Jua. Joe Hasso there just telling the players to calm down a little bit. Another player from Nazareth getting looked at here. They're outside center. Mel Beal Jr., the seniors, had a good game from Richmond Hill in the Brooklyn area. Xavier High School. Extended moments here. I like to share it. Takes a look. Brown trainer. Nazareth coaches just checking to see whether the player is going to be able to stay on. While we wait for that to happen, we'll take a look at a first half scoring recap here. Ball down there for Pilato, currently in the bin, but earlier on in the try zone, scores 5 points for this Brown team. That was a sophomore. You see this one again. Space just opened up out there. Able to get the ball by Tommy Tompkins feels an injury, but couldn't stop that one. Second one here falls in Pilato's hands again. Back to Alhasso. Alhasso sees the space on the left-hand side. Right in, no problem for Alhasso. Here's a big run from Hillesheim, takes his ball. Hillesheim has been very speedy, very effective. This team breaks that first tackle, but taken down in the second one. Following this, just a long series of penalties against Brown, including 2 yellow cards, winds up in that try for the Nazareth Golden Flyers at the end of the first half. Big drive coming in from Brown, ball at the back from Mo Barry. A little bit more space here. Poole gets that ball out there to a speedster. Khalil Lynch gets to Hillesheim. Nice break there. Mo Barry comes into that one. Ajua in and over. We'll see if they get the penalty. They do this time. So with good intent comes Ajua into that one, able to take it. Slowing things down while they work these yellow cards. Look at Lynch, just hits that line so well. Drag down in the back. There's Stolnik. Good job to hold on to him. Mertel can't quite hang on to him. Good tackle on the big fella. Mo Perry goes down there to Dyer, and he's not going to find touch. Unusual for him. Ball comes across field. They're looking to run it here. Big hit comes in. Now they're outside, trying to get at some of the runners. Tony Robinson, this is where he's so effective with the footwork. Into contact, however. Keep running this one. Poole's going to move it out to the width. There's too many defenders out there to get around. So Jacob Townsend's going to head towards the touchline. Reset that one, give himself some more room. Some sevens footwork comes in there from Kyrie Poole. Hillesheim's going to go to the boot and try to keep this downfield. And Brown, 2 players down here, going to have to deal with this. Sevens superstar Ajua takes that one. He steps through the first tackle, gets by another one. The ball to Matt Mitchell. Matt Mitchell puts a big shoulder in there. And then over it they go. Ball taken back here by Brown. They have lots of them off the field. So that big boot from the back isn't always there. Got the ball out. And hands are waiting forward. Dari telling Stolnik he's done a wonderful job there as they go to Dyer's boot. He finds some room in the back there, rolls it towards the touchline. Either would be a good result here as Kyrie Poole has some pressure on him. Kyrie Poole passes to Hillesheim, but it hits the ground first, so couldn't quite put the speed on it he wanted. There's some Brown are going to have to release this. Trying to keep the ball alive are Nazareth player. Ball turned over by Brown. Great work in there, getting their hands on it. A little pressure coming out from the Golden Flyers. Lewis gets a hold of it. Short-handed here. Come this team. Here's Stolnik, the freshman. Stolnik going under the post. Stolnik scores a try. Rowe Stolnik. 5 points to open it up from Larkspur, California. Marina Highlanders player touches down here for Brown. Excellent individual work as soon as he spotted that gap. Nice short-handed try there from the Brown Bears. Another look at it. Stolnik just found the space, and he's got some gas. Does his first-year player. Part of a good recruiting class from Dave LaFlamme, Brown Bears. Kick to come here. Lewis will be taking this one, a Pelham, New York native. Countdown clock is on. A referee telling the player he's got to take this kick eventually. I don't know what the holdup is here. He's going to take it. Does Lewis. Lewis puts that one through. It gets the points. Taking a look at Stolnik here. Nice step around. Big Jonah Clark gets the gas on. Just saw that space in the defensive line there. Well done, Stolnik. Fitzwater wasn't going to be able to take him down. 5 points to the good. Undecided what he will study at Brown so far. Player is back on, so we're down to just 1 yellow card for Brown at the moment. Hillesheim gets us started again. Little bit of steam here. There's a try score. Stolnik right back involved. Nice break up the middle there. Welcome to the field, Ali Corbett. Ali Corbett looking around to see who can pass to. Ollie Corbett lets that one slip out of his hands. Comes back to the scrum here for Nazareth, but just onto the field is Ollie Corbett, just back in the States, playing some rugby high level in France there. A collegiate tournament in conjunction with the World Cup. And you see how important Corbett can be to this team. A little rainy and drizzly, not the beautiful parts of France they were just in, so slips out of his hands here. Just trying to get that pass away was Corbett. Lewis just kicks that one forward. Referee waiting to see if Tyreek Thomas is going to pick it up, but he was not. We have a full scrum here and missing one back, R. Brown. See if they try to put some power on here. You see in that second row is Corbett. Immediate effect there is the ball stolen away by Brown. Left-hand side is open here. Lewis doesn't go to Mertzel. Comes to Dyer. Dyer's going to chip that one through. It's going to wind up in the hands of one of the Nazareth players. Knocked off from there, but Otaro has a hold of it. In their own end, Mo Barry is just going to pick this one, try to make a couple of meters. Jonah Clark now, same thing, just trying to drive forward a little bit. You might want to think about releasing some pressure with a kick here, Nazareth. Looks like they have it set up now as they move it back there. They're not going to go with the kick. They're going to look for a long-range try here. Little chip forward there. See what happens. Comes down, rolls towards touch. Not touched. Lead. We'll see if it's a brown ball or not. Take another look. I thought they were going to go with a kick there, but they move this one wide to Tyreek Thomas. He puts a little chip in. Good speed from Tyreek Thomas there, the senior from Elmont, New York. Rugby USA player. Discussions have been had. It looked the Brown ball here. Alhasso ball in hand, 19-5. Brown leads here, 8.5, almost 9 minutes gone in the second half. They decide to go the direct route, do they, through Matt Mitchell. Ball hits the ground, went back. Still good here. A little run through the middle of the field. Looking for the power pick. Blotto back on the field, adding some pace there. Ball slips out. We're going to come back. It was knocked on by Nazareth, so should be a scrum here for the Brown Bears. See the ball come up into the hands of Mitchell. Mitchell just decides to take it forward here. Good work, good understanding what was going on. Ball goes back through Corbett's legs. See just a little transfer here. Hard runners coming on. Dua. Wrap around. Big break coming here. Good work from Brown. They're going to get another try coming around the corner there. That's going to be Kenyon Graham. Kenyon Graham just on the field. Touches it down. You see Lance Noor back on the field as well. So both yellow cards done for the Brown Bears. They start to pull away. Put it to 24. Kick to come 10 minutes into the second half. We'll see if they can maintain this pressure. Ball comes around from Lewis at Jua. Get a little wrap around here to Dyer. Dyer finds Lance Noor. Lance Noor is just a little bit behind him, so couldn't get into flight. But Kenyon Graham slips 2 tackles, and on his way is Kenyon Graham. Try zone, just begging for him up there. Heads towards the post. Good work, Kyrie Poole, to cut off the angle just a bit. Try there for the Brown Bears. Lance Noor hangs one up, and that one is good. So we're going to go to 26 points here for the Brown Bears on Barrelson Family Field today here at Brown University in Providence, Rhode Island. Down from the Rochester area are the Nazareth Golden Flyers. Montanur. Graham. And Graham touches down. Ready to get us underway again. Full strength Brown Bears team here. That one hits the ground. Taken. Good power from Stadolnik. Stadolnik really getting physical in the second half here. On his way through some of these tackles, making that very important ground for the Bears. They get the ball to El Hasso. El Hasso finds his way to some of those branches rattling trees, getting in between the players. Just running straight into him there. Ball to Mitchell. Mitchell. Into contact. See where they go this time. They're going to go to one of the big boys again. Big run once again from Mitchell. Montanur is going to go to the boot, spots some space in back, and finds it. Ball hits the ground. Hillesheim in front of him. Kyrie Poole gets it to Hillesheim, but it hits the ground. He doesn't have any room to run. Mertzel. Mertzel takes a shot there. A little accidental from both players. Brown trying to dig over this ball. Going to come for a scrum here to Nazareth. Enrique Gabriel in the game wearing number 18. Kyrie Poole gets that ball back. It bounces in there. You just see the little collision there. He pushes off Mertzel, but Mertzel seems to be okay. Going pretty quick. Lotto was coming over that one, but it's going to be a scrum here for Nazareth. Been a little more power here since Gabriel and Corbett are in the game. We're number 18 playing flanker. Portuguese underage player from Lisbon. Played for Portugal U18s in the Harlequins Academy. Also just back from France with Corbett. Corbett now in the second row. Matt Mitchell at number 8 here. Mitchell played in the second row quite a bit for the Bears. Said last week, coming back from a bit of a longer injury, so looking good. Matt Mitchell, happy to see him back on the field as Hillesheim can just push this one into touch. Going to be a Brown scrum about 30 meters out from the Nazareth line. Brown line out, pardon me. Wait for El Hasso to get here. You see this collision again. Players up and fine from that, but bouncing ball comes up. Hillesheim, great player for this Golden Flyers team. El Hasso. Mitchell looking for the maul, but not engaged there by this team. Ball slips away from Gabriel into the hands of the Golden Flyers, so they should have an advantage here, I believe. Ball back. Scheim again is going to launch this one downfield. Play the territory game. Lonsanur gets a ball. It rolls in behind him. Lonsanur has a little space to run here. Lonsanur steps a little bit. Lonsanur, a French player in fullback for Brown University here. Ball to Lewis. Lewis gets it at Jua. A little bit behind him. He steps at Jua. Keeps that power going forward. Bit of a wrestle to get to the ground. Lotto. Rosenmeyer there for that one. Lonsanur gets that ball out. Sinfield. Sinfield goes in. Ball ripped away. Good work over the ball by the Nazareth Golden Flyers. And they're going to march this one back. Sinfield didn't release it quick enough. Nazareth falling for that one. Expecting to go quick. So we'll take another look at it here. Sinfield just goes in just right over the ball. Good work by Kyrie Poole there. Hillesheim pushes this one down. Not going to find touch. Tough with the lines here. Normally just a rugby field to play on here at Brown, but the weather forcing them to play up here at Barrelson Family Fields, a lovely part of the Brown campus. Jua rolls that one to Dyer. Under pressure, Golden Flyers coming in here. Be able to recycle this one. El Hasso steps into the receiver position. Jua just barrels in. Going to have to restructure here the Brown Bears. Well set defense from the Golden Flyers. Lewis comes out to Corbett. Corbett takes a step around a couple. Corbett shaking off his jet lag here, along with Gabriel. Gabriel out to that left-hand side. They're going to go to Lonsanur. Lonsanur is going to change field. Put it down into the dangerous Khalil Lynch's hands. Khalil Lynch held by Sinfield. Poole shows one way. Poole going back the other. Just wisely goes to the ground there. Sets it down. Brown putting some pressure on. Nazareth regathers. Ball back into Jonah Clark's hands. Jonah Clark met by the Brown defense. Taro goes for that little box kick over the top there. It hits the ground, winds up with the Bears. Tackle was knocked on when it came down there, I suppose. So it's going to be a scrum here for Nazareth. Good pressure from the Golden Flyers. 17 minutes into the second half. Big contact with Jonah Clark there. Jonah Clark not afraid. There he is again, the big man. Jonah Clark, a senior in this leadership major. He'll be missed next year by this team. And a penalty or back chat, it seems like. They're talking to a referee. Peter Boulay, he's not pleased about that, so he's going to move it a little bit, and they're going to take it quick anyway. So the ball's down into the number 13 zone here, Ramona Field Jr. He's worked his way to the side of the field. The referee's going to come back for the initial penalty there. Players being offside. Not sure if they can go quick here. The referee says, indeed, you cannot. So another penalty against Brown, just to their own making there. Then offsides after the back chat. So going to be option here for the Nazareth Golden Flyers. Is that another player down potentially here? Tyreek Thomas seems to be down, has a great game, the senior. Player of the season last spring. Highest try score in Nazareth rugby history. A little slow to get up right now. Half Notaro just getting taped up there. Patrick Notaro, Buffalo, New York major, studying biomedical science at Canisius. Works on athletes' mental health issues at Nazareth. Another penalty here for the Golden Flyers. Jonah Clark has the ball at his feet. So we may see a run from one of the big boys as usual. Dule Sai standing next to him. See where they decide to go. A little trickery here. Players come in, they try to push that one off to Hudson Shoot. Held up there by Brown. See when the referee deems this a maul. He does immediately, so it's going to be a scrum here for the Brown Bears. The freshman Rosenmeyer getting all the congratulations from the sophomore Gabriel. Big fella just holding it up right there. Not exactly who you want to run into. Hudson Shoot in the field now from Minnetonka, the sophomore. Scrum for the Brown Bears. With the way they've been scrummaging this season, opportunity to possibly draw a penalty here. Move the ball in further downfield from in their own end. We see Dyer in the back. He can put the boot to this should need be. Jua on the right-hand side back there. Pressure coming in. Scrum has gone down for Nazareth. No call coming, but Mitchell's going to go off the back. Mitchell's going to find a little room there. Lewis is going to find no one. Ball's going to come back to the try scorer, Kenyon Graham. Ripped away from Sinfield. Sinfield to the left boot. Sinfield stepped into the 10 position last week. Did the grad student here at Brown. Gets that one downfield. Not into touch. Khalil Lynch moves it across. Long way to go here for the Golden Flyers, but they certainly have the players ripped down. Good work by Henry Gabriel, Portuguese international. Seem to have a pretty big collision here. Players are running right on the field. Dylan Lewis being attended to by Kelly Teixeira. Just under 3/4 of this game gone as Lewis gets attended to. 26-5, the Brown Bears are leading Nazareth. Lewis sitting up. Very good to see. See what happened there. See the ball come down. Oh, foot just came up and caught Lewis there. Unintentional, just part of the tackle, but painful nonetheless. Lewis is up and good. For to see. Said nothing intentional there from the tackler or Nazareth. Wouldn't happen here today. But Lewis, good to see he's okay as Notaro, his opposite number, has the ball in hand. Patrick Notaro. Big drive coming in from Brown. Penalty against Brown from referee Boulay. Players driving illegally. Again, it looks like some bat check coming from Brown there to referee Boulay, so they're going to move this one forward. Mohamed Barry steps up to kick that one out. They launch it downfield. Line out coming for Nazareth. Brown going to have to watch themselves for the last 20 minutes of the game here. So on the bad side of referee Boulay. Nazareth. Brown on the defense here. Ball comes down for Nazareth. Notaro looking for some runners. Ball spills forward there out of Hudson Schute's hands. Of a scrum here for Brown. Take a look. Shute just drops a one. A little pressure coming on the other side from Corbett. Unlucky for them. So it'll be a scrum here for Brown. Now been pinged for some offensive scrum penalties. Dylan Lewis up and a good. Playing this one, we'll see what Brown goes with. Ball comes in. Good drive coming forward. Nice and flat backs there. Lewis going away. Well held by Nazareth. Not to give up the penalty there, but they find a little ground downfield. Get the ball back. Nazareth, nice little step there. It's Owen Barr. Owen Barr puts the ball up in the air. Looks like it went directly out. However, we'll come back with a line out to Brown where he kicked it from. Brown line out here. Another option with Corbett in the line out now. Five-man line out. Ball up to Mitchell in the middle. Sacked immediately, but taken away by Gabriel. Gabriel loves open field running there. Player caught in from Nazareth, but able to roll away. Dyer looks in the middle of the field. Gets to Lonsanur. Lonsanur piles his way into contact. Penalty this time against the Golden Flyers. Lewis ball in hand has Dyer. They put this one in the corner. Back check this time from Nazareth. Take them down to the 22-meter line. Now for Dyer to put in a touch. They're true to form. We'll probably see a maul coming from this Brown Bears team in just a moment. They do find touch just a few meters out from the line. lineman back there is Antonio Estevez, typically a number 8 for Brown. Another one just back from a European trip with the Colonial Coast team. His father was the captain of Portuguese rugby at one point. Estevez. Ball up, hits the ground. Rosenmeyer has it. The big boy looking towards the try line. Gets his hands down, gets the ball down. Try awarded. Rosenmeyer puts another try to his name this season. Good work off a little bit of a scrappy ball there for the freshman from Belmont, Massachusetts. Rosenmeyer played with the US U18s, played with the Free Jacks Academy. Ball just comes back to him there, 6'4", 230. Loves to go forward. He and his brother practiced rugby for 5 years before he even got to a game. Father was a rugby player. Now playing at Brown. Pick to come here from Brown. Rosenmeyer happy with himself as Brown continues to extend their lead. They've gotten the bonus point from tries here. Their point differential, Liberty Conference, a lot of high-scoring teams at the top end there. That one does not seem to go. So we're going to remain 31-5. 15 minutes on our game clock here. Brown leading the Golden Flyers. Just a little messy ball up and over. Rosenmeyer, right place, right time. Dolnick, another try scorer, standing right behind him there. Rosenmeyer. It's that one to the ground before it gets knocked out there. It does make contact, so good try for Rosenmeyer. Next Level Rugby Productions here, bringing you this Liberty Conference matchup. Brown University, these Barrelson family fields. High and a little shorter this time. Ball lost by Rosenmeyer. Knocked on. It's going to be a scrum for the Golden Flyers. Taro. Put this one in again. Big drive coming from Brown. Ball's fine. Referee says let's play. Dylan Lewis scoops it up. Ball squirted out the side there. Just launches it downfield. It's in Lynch's hands. Lynch puts a little hop step in. Comes across a couple of defenders. Eventually taken down by Ajua. Legally. Just spun in the air there. Really unintentionally a dangerous tackle there. But ball gets knocked forward now. Going to come back for an offsides against Brown. So Nazareth opportunity to move the chains here or play as they will. Barry has a hold of that one. There's the tackle from Ajua. Nearly takes him up over the top there unintentionally. It was a lot of the Lynch's momentum carried him there, but good job by Ajua to make sure it didn't go illegally. Kicked ahead by the Golden Flyers right inside the Brown half. It's going to be a Nazareth ball. Have a look at the tackle. Take somebody up, above the horizontal there. It's a dangerous tackle, and it's just a lot of momentum carrying it around there. Ajua, good tackle, good contact. Very physical game out here. Golden Flyers not shy. Corbett takes that one down. Result is going to be another line out here, most likely for, well, it's going to be a Brown line out. That came up with Corbett's hands. Hasso works his way in. Henry Gabriel in the receiver position there. The ball comes back the way of the Golden Flyers. Jonah Clark. Taro finds a runner. Too much momentum. Brown defense strong. Gabriel trying to come in over that one. Good break here from the number 12. That's Khalil Lynch again. Khalil Lynch able to find his way through defensive lines there. Taro looking for a runner. Ball just hits the ground. A little unlucky there. And kick forward, it looked like by Lewis. So now the pressure's on. Matt Mitchell coming in to make a tackle. Nazareth working back on the one, but player held up there. Gets his knee to the ground eventually. Down goes Jacob Townsend. Jacob Townsend from Corning, New York. Went to Corning Painted Post High School. Golden Flyers launch that one. Myrtle comes across. Lonsanur to Ejua. They've got some runners out here if they decide to go. Sinfield works with this one. Sinfield gets to Graham. Graham's got some wheels. Graham's goes around the end. Graham looking for the try zone for a second time. Great balance, able to keep that one alive. Looks like he's going to get two. Kenyon Graham under the post, just has to get it down, and he does. Good try, Kenyon Graham, 5 points. He has some words with the Nazareth Golden Flyer there. Owen Barr, a little bit of a late hit. Owen Barr, the sophomore at State College, Pennsylvania there. Young players telling Graham not to worry about it. We'll take a look. Good ball across. The lefts from 3 excellent players there as they find Graham. Graham had another runner outside. That acceleration is there. Good work just by that second tackle to keep that one up. And you see Barr, most of a chase here, but not going to get there. Kenyon Graham touches down, and then it takes a little hit at the end. Just wants to ask Barr what the issue was. Ejua came in there and made sure he didn't get too hot-headed. Just letting Barr know what he thought of him as a little score gets extended here. A little 7 points in that try. Ball here to Graham. Graham around the outside. That's by Khalil Lynch. Diving tackle to see Barr come in. Ball down there. And then he just takes that little shot. A couple other players in there. Goes that little chat when Ejua comes in. Just lets him know what he wants. And, you know, could have done without the little after there, but nonetheless, try awarded. It's going to be a kick here for the Golden Flyers. Just waiting for a ball to arrive. 8 minutes left on the game clock. Could have a little referee's time here from referee Uda Boulay. Taking the kicking duties now. And well taken by the Golden Flyers. Slip a little ball away. Ball comes loose that Ejua has. We're going to come back here. Have a look. Brown needs a couple that's just a little better there. Well taken by the Golden Flyers. It was Dylan Fairchild took that one down. Ball slips eventually. Just a couple of kicks back and forth. It's going to be a Brown scrum late in this match. Lewis gets that one in. Big drive coming for the Bears. They've drawn the penalty here, so free play. Ball comes to Sinfield. Left boot drives that one downfield. Poole gets a hold of it. Poole not going to be able to do anything. We're going to come back to no advantage. It'll be a penalty here for the Brown Bears. Brown will elect to push chains, move the chains downfield. Taking their time as the game rolls on here. It's Dyer. Puts it inside Nazareth half. Hasso to put this one in. That one to Corbett. Corbett comes down. No Maul, they're going to take this one a little bit quick. Lewis puts it out in the midfield. Sending some big runners through there. There's Henrique Gabriel. Henrique Gabriel tries to offload it to Diplato, but goes forward. Comes back, however, to Brown, but under the eye of referee Boulay. He's going to come back for that knock-on. Great break initially by Gabriel, but the little slip pass just didn't make it to hand. Ball out here, you'll see a big run from Gabriel. Gets by a couple. Had Piplato there. Tackle coming in from Lynch just forced the ball forward off of him. Good work to flood that little zone with a couple of players there by Brown. Ball to the back here. Taro has his lane cut off, so has to hang on to it himself. A little bounce pass out there to Barr. Ball out to Dylan Fairchild. Dylan Fairchild held up by a couple of Brown players. Roll away eventually. Ball's going to come back to the Golden Flyers. Another forward pod run here for Nazareth. 5 minutes left on the game clock. Taro, ball in hand. Come from a little further back this time. Going to try to go wide. Players getting the ball standing still, but Lynch has that footwork to just get away there. Jua trying to get in over that ball. Ball's clear and out. Barry steps into the distributor role. Ball back over Lansanur. Lansanur able to field it. Lansanur, he's got some footwork himself. Puts that one out to Ajua. They have a clear side of the field here. See how they do. Ajua puts on the burners. Ajua gets through a couple of more. The big boy not held. He's able to go into the tackle. Ajua looking for somebody to offload to. Player from Nazareth stuck on the wrong side of the ball here. We'll see what the referee comes back to. It's going to be a card against Nazareth for possibly a trip here on Ajua. We'll see what happens. Ball comes through. Ajua running. Gets through the last couple of people. And indeed, that's a pretty cynical trip there from Khalil Lynch. Sticks his foot under there. Ajua taken. Their penalty just about 30 meters out here. See what they decide to do. One less player for the remainder of this match for the Nazareth Golden Flyers. Dyer steps up. Pushes it downfield with a player advantage. They have a line out here. Expect their trademark maul if they go. Corbett walks towards the front. Mitchell in the middle. We'll see where it goes. Eventually, Corbett's going to take it. Power maul coming in here. Players working their way towards the try line. They're over. Someone just has to drop with that one, and it's Henrique Gabriel. Gabriel gets on the try sheet. Good work by the sophomore. 5 more points for the Brown Bears. 43-5. Henrique Gabriel, as a sophomore last year, playing with Dan Archer. Dan Archer, the captain last year, now graduated, so we won't be mistaking Gabriel for Archer any longer on the field. Maybe during the alumni game, but Henrique Gabriel is certainly a phenomenal player. Touches down that try. Kick to come here. Lansanur, a bit of an angle. Curls that one around, and it's good. Referee Boulay whistles us for the end of the match here, 44-5. 45-5. Brown overcomes Nazareth. A little scrappy game at the beginning, but they pulled it out, put some points on at the end, did the Brown Bears. Excellent work by this team as they advanced to 3-0. Nazareth at 0-3 in the Liberty Conference. But a strong and surging team. Nazareth has some good games ahead of them. You can see the talent that they certainly have. that is it for us here at Barrelson Family Fields here at Brown University in Providence, Rhode Island. We're going to be back Friday night, Lex Level Rugby Productions, doing a National Collegiate Rugby Friday night matchup. Brown will be playing Fairfield University at Fairfield. Make sure you tune in for that one next Friday. For Brown and for Nazareth, thank you to the players, coaches, medics, and fans for all of this. Thanks to our referee, Judah Boulay. For everybody here at Next Level Rugby Productions. It is our camera crew, our technical people, Ryan, the man with the rugby plan, Kitty. I am John Broker. We'll see you Friday for a Friday night matchup.